Hey there, welcome to RocketCon Reviews with Adrianne and Ricky. So today we're going to talk about a game that I didn't remember at first. I'll just be honest. And then I looked at the game and I was like, oh yeah, I totally remember that. So today we're talking about Tyrants of the Underdark. So you should be familiar with our format now. So let's jump right in with production.
So Tyrants of the Underdark production is a little all over the place for me, honestly. There's these little troops that are great. These little minis, as you can see, those are great. The card art,
it's pretty good.
I think the card art's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the iconography makes a lot of sense once you get into the game. It's really easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
The card art, we'll see. I might need to cut in a card there. It is really good to me. I mean, it's very standard D&D fare, but it's really clean art, really high production value. And then you get a player board, like the board, and these little player circles. Yeah, there's a market board, and this is a deck builder, but you get these like area control tokens that are kind of boring. This is the first edition. There's a second edition that just came out. These inner circles, and honestly, the board is functional, so I will give it that. The board is really functional, but it feels kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they could do a lot. I mean, they, like you said, the cards have got beautiful art on them, so they obviously have access to this. And the board is just kind of boring. Also, the cardboard components are a little inexpensive feeling to me.
Okay.
If you guys have watched our It's a Wonderful World, same thing. It's just a cardboard board, but it just feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I'd say production value is a 3.
I'm gonna go higher than that. I'm gonna go 3.5.
Oh, so high.
Yeah.
So much higher.
But yeah, it's the production. I think the art is great. The art pushes it up. I actually really like the troops. The tactile feel of the troops.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it feels pretty standard board game.
Yeah. Jumping into gameplay.
So this is an area control game and a deck builder, and the deck building part of it is Ascension. You know, it's a variable market. So new cards come out. You just seed it with 2 separate decks, and then you use those to manipulate a board. And I love the gameplay in this game because, I mean, you're building your deck, and the deck building is really satisfying in this game because there's multiple ways to build, multiple strategies you can build in your deck. But then how they interact with the board, you can take out other people's troops, you can kill their troops, and there's no like extra combat to it. You either knock their troop out or you don't, and those score you victory points. And holding control, like building a fortress and building control. But then people can drop spies in, and they can come in and just kill you. So you're never safe anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't cordon yourself off. There's shifting alliances. Not really, but it kind of. You know, there's shifting alliances. The gameplay is it's really satisfying. It's just really cool to be able to manipulate these board with your cards, or you get these inner circle that you can promote people into. And if you promote them into your inner circle, it's a way of banishing cards from your deck. But they're worth victory points for you. So thinning your deck out gets you points at the end of the game, and it's just, what strategy do I want to go with? How do I want to do this? Like, do I want to go out there and wipe out my enemies, or do I want to, have a really tight inner circle, or do I want to, be espionage or.
And see, everything that you like about the game, I think made it harder for me because there are so many different things you have to be keeping track of, and that's a little bit hard. That can be hard for some people. It certainly is not my forte. So you do kind of have to decide what direction am I going to take the deck in. Area control is always something. I don't love area control games.
Sure.
So that was not a point in its favor. It was still enjoyable. If you were to recommend playing it again. I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not... It's got too much going on for me.
Okay.
So where would you rank it?
5. This is 5. The gameplay in this is one of the most engaging games I play.
Interesting. It objectively is very, very good. It's not for me, so I'm going to go with a 3.
All right.
Value.
This just had a reprinting. The second edition of it comes with the expansion built into it. I don't know what that looks like because I have the first edition with the expansion. And I think it's $60 right now for that. If I'm wrong, please let us know if we're wrong. I believe it was $60 MSRP. So, what would that make the value for you?
I do think it's worth the value. Just because it's not a game that's I can watch people who really enjoy it. You definitely have lots of replayability here, with all kinds of area control games. Some of it is chance, some of it is, deck builder area control. You're going to get a completely different set of circumstances every time.
The mixing and matching of the different, you take 2 different decks, they're types of, clans that you're recruiting to help you wage war in the Underdark. The theming is really tight on there, and the gameplay, it plays in about an hour. It's
a really good length for what it is.
And it feels right. It gets real tense at the end of this game because there is time conditions on this. This has a time limit. The deck runs out. If somebody's got got what they need to win the game, they've wiped out their enemies or they've wiped out the deck essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So the gameplay is over at the right time
when it should be.
Yeah. So for me, value's a 5 again.
I'll say value's a 4 for me because I do definitely appreciate all that went into it.
Yeah.
Overall.
But if you've been paying attention, I really like this game a lot.
So you're gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, I really like every part of this game, but when it all comes together, it's still fantastic. I love this game. It is hands down a 5 for me. In a way, I just I love it. I played it so much right away that I'm not recommending it to play just because I played it so much, but
you did play a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, 5.
It's hard because there are definitely it's individual parts I could see being higher, but for me, I'm gonna say it was a 3.5.
Okay.
It was enjoyable. I would play it again. I don't know that I would recommend it, but I would definitely sit down and play it because it didn't ever stay its welcome. Going back to that.
So your board game. So she's gonna come in. Looks like 6.75. So okay for her. For me,
which seems fair.
Yeah, it was a 9.25. I love this game. And
that seems really right. You definitely liked it more than I did.
And make sure you check out
State Lines.
Not State Lines, but Oso actually has a new album coming out. They've got a song at Pensacola right now. The new album should be coming out soon, and it's gonna be great.
Oso is so good.
So good. So thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.